Well, guys, we got some exciting gameplay this week. We're talking about Halo Infinite's the latest campaign trailer, because a year ago they released the Infinite campaign trailer and it kind of hit chords with anybody at all. Fans were not feeling it whatsoever. So 343 went back to the drawing board a little bit, kind of reined it back in and revamped it. And coming into this new campaign trailer, I gotta say, this is pretty impressive. That wasp action kind of had me hyped. Like, it was incredible. That grappling hook, Scott and I were talking about it on the weekly show, on the daily show, that the fact that like everything right now is just getting the grappling hook, and then there's the chief. He's got one too now. And like, well, but it makes a lot of sense. Like the maneuverability around that, addition to the game just kind of picks up the pace, and you get into that more of a fast-paced effect. But you also got to slow it down because it is Halo. Halo's not the fastest game out there, so you got to keep that feel alive, right? But to me, dude, I was impressed. I didn't really mind the last trailer either, though. So coming into this one, I was kind of like, well, what are we gonna get that's really that different? And there were definitely a few things, because I know, Nate, you have a ton of stuff to talk about, so we'll get to there. But I was impressed. I liked it. I thought it was looking cool. It had some fast-paced action, but yet some slower moments as well. Corey, what did you think?
Well, honestly, Drew, I'm kind of on the same boat as you. The original trailer back in 2019, I thought looked really cool. I mean, I'm not big into the Halo campaigns. I've always been more of a multiplayer guy, and that's honestly almost every shooter I play. I'm more in the multiplayer than the campaign. But you know what? I think 343 did a great job with the way they kind of presented this one. I think visually it looked great. Yeah. And actually, I was watching a comparison video from the 2019 trailer and the trailer we just saw a few days ago, and honestly, they did a really good job at kind of making it a little bit more polished. Things look really good. I mean, we're bringing it onto the next-gen console, so I think this game's just kind of explode visually. I think that'll be one of their big impact things they want to hit with this game. And they did a good job at kind of showcasing it. I mean, we're getting all the different types of vehicles. We're kind of getting a good look at the open world that we're going to get to kind of explore. And I know some people aren't necessarily too keen on the way that's all laid out, but at the same time, I think it's kind of a cool approach. I think the idea of it is kind of, there's a little more freedom involved when it comes to this campaign. I mean, we're not getting a ton of details other than the visuals we got throughout that video. But honestly, man, I'm telling you guys, I think this game is going to kind of deliver what people are hoping for. I mean, there's a price tag here for the campaign opposed to the multiplayer, which is going to be free to play. But I mean, if we get a little bit more, detail maybe before the release, that $60 might seem, well worth it. I don't know about you, Scott. What do you think about this trailer? Because I honestly think they did a good job with this one. I'm even more excited for the campaign than I was before.
Yeah, this is absolutely an improvement from the first trailer. That just kind of fell flat for a bunch of reasons, but this time it's obvious that they're really trying to emphasize a couple things. That there's a lot of changes, like the open world, the way everything is hyper-texturized, and the grappling hook. That's got to be the greatest innovation so far. But they also highlighted a lot of the things that are going to be similar. They deliberately slowed down some of the gameplay where you're placing the proper shots, you're sniping the right enemies. It's kind of a callback to earlier Halos. And this guy, he's not Tartarus, but there's another kind of big bad to go after. Some boss fights.
Yeah, Craig.
So I'm actually really excited for that. I think this is going to be more of a return to form without having to kind of reinvent the wheel.
Nice.
But Nate, you're almost our resident Halo guy, I think. What do you think about this new trailer?
Well, I mean, there's clearly a lot to uncover with this, but I think the biggest one is the direction that it's going with the campaign. I mean, Halo's always been a linear-based, 10 to 12 mission with cutscene missions based game, and now we're going open world, almost sort of taking elements from Far Cry where there's outposts to clear, and dare I say even Doom, where you're going to be upgrading your suit and your character. And I think if they take all these elements and blend it into a long, fleshed out campaign, I think that $60 price tag won't even be a problem at all. Because by the looks of it, I mean, the Halo that they have looks incredible, man. Yeah. The draw distance in some of the scenes, again, that was a big thing people complained about. There was like pop-in last year's trailer. This one, it's got to be that 32 times rendering distance that Todd Howard used to always talk about. But I think, man, I am heck of excited about this direction. And another thing too, guys, Cortana isn't here.
Yeah.
And now we have this new character, the weapon. A lot of people are skeptical.
Very.
But I don't know. I think she was kind of cute from the trailer, and it is time to move on from Cortana.
You think so?
Unfortunately, it's not time to move on from the Chief.
Yeah.
But you know,
One step at a time.
Cortana's time. I think she's maybe gonna make a reappearance in the campaign. You know, they're not gonna show that, of course.
No, of course not.
You know, they really didn't even show much of what the campaign truly is. They just kind of just showed us really cool tidbits of gameplay and just, you know, killing hunters and all the great things that we love about Halo. So anyways, I think my rant is sort of complete, but ultimately, guys, I am so excited for Halo Infinite.
Dude, I agree with you with a lot of factors. Do you think this is the end of Chief, though? They say this comes right after the events of Halo 5. So to continue on with that story, is this the end of Chief? And how do you feel about the game now being open world instead of that linear format that we've been so used to, right? Campaign, you play one chapter, one story, and then you go into a cutscene, and then you play another mission, another cutscene. Now it's completely open world to the point where they say you just gotta pick and choose your mission, and away you go. Almost like, dude, if they bring me another Assassin's Creed open world kind of experience, oh man, like we're in for 100+ hours. I could be in a lot of trouble. I could be in a lot of trouble, right? But how do you feel about that, Nate? That transition now to go into this big open world kind of scenario, and like I said, is that the end of Chief?
Here's the thing. Halo's always been a linear story, but within each mission, man, there are countless hours of exploration.
Sure.
I mean, people, I'm pretty sure a couple of years ago found something out new from Halo 3, and that game is ancient.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So their maps have always kind of been this sandbox design. So I think they kind of took that, and I hope that it's not too much of you know, clear out this area and then that's it, move on to the next point. I want some key missions with some cutscenes to sort of kind of make it linear in a sense.
Sure.
Like I just want that AAA story while getting that open world amazing experience that I think Halo's going to bring.
Are you concerned about the outposts at all?
No, actually,
No?
I think it looks sweet, man. That's one of my favorite things in Far Cry, so I was super kind of hyped about that. And then again, you know, their RPG mechanics, if they kind of implement it like Doom, where it's not you're getting XP per grunt kill, it's more of like you're going out and getting upgrade points or upgrade modules, clearing, you know, certain areas to get certain skill points. Maybe that, I think, would work well with the Chief.
There's a lot to be unfolded yet. Story's just around the corner. Dude, it's only, guys, like December. It's out in December.
Oh, I know.
Like, we're getting so close now. It's almost there. Let us know, InsideTheGame.ca. How excited are you for Halo Infinite?
Is everyone trying to kill you?
It kind of seems like it.